Together, are you ready? Cheetah Energy, RBL 2026. Playoff is back. Make some noise. 4 teams, 1 trophy.
Let's go, Patriots, baby.
We got Patriots basketball. We got RSSB Tigers basketball. We got REG basketball. We got PETIT basketball.
Let's go, Tigers!
Before the arena lights shine, before the crowds fill the stands, it begins with a dream. A kid who watches, a coach who believes, a player who inspires.
Adoni playing with Adoni's double filer.
A practice becomes a passion, a player becomes an inspiration, and a fan begins to dream. Rides can wait, meetings can wait, because moments like these don't. Basketball isn't just played inside an arena. It lives on dusty courts, in crowded streets, in homes gathered around the screen. It's in every neighborhood, bringing strangers together, turning quiet moments into unforgettable ones. Every game, every story, every fan, across nations, only on Okapi. Before the arena lights shine, before the crowds fill the stands, it begins with a dream. A kid who watches, a coach who believes, a player who inspires.
Adoni playing with Adoni's double filer.
practice becomes a passion, a player becomes an inspiration, and a fan begins to dream. Rides can wait, meetings can wait, because moments like these don't.
Woo!
Basketball isn't just played inside an arena. It lives on dusty courts, in crowded streets, in homes gathered around the screen. It's in every neighborhood, bringing strangers together, turning quiet moments into unforgettable ones. Every game, every story, every fan, across nations, only on Okapi.
Welcome to Okapi Sports Network. It is game 3 of the semi-finals of the Rwanda Basketball League happening between Patriots Basketball Club and the Rwanda Energy Group Basketball Club. All level this series, the best of Rwanda has to offer when it comes to the sport of basketball. You're watching Arnold and Christine. Thank you for joining us, Christine. How was your day?
It was nice. What a Monday after a nice long weekend. I'm very excited for this game. I don't think I've ever watched basketball on a Monday.
Yeah, because you were calling me out for watching late night NBA games previously, and those
All
games
day,
were
every
happening
day,
on Mondays.
but not RBL.
Well,
We're Wednesday, Friday, Sunday people.
you know what that means for the league? That means that people can actually show up and watch games on any day. So the commercialization of this sport can be happening on any day. Because basketball is a sport you can watch after work, right?
Absolutely. And I mean, at the end of the day, we are having quite an exciting series. So who wouldn't want to come and watch these games after work as a way to de-stress or rather stress in a different way?
Look, I don't think we've ever had, and Christian, rightfully, I don't think we've ever had a series as tight, both games competitively as this series. You know, Patriots, former champions, Rwanda Energy Group, former champions. The other game, APR, who are also former champions. But also, we have Tigers, who are the Basketball Africa League champions, very experienced team. And they've been showing up. Kristen, take us through that last game. What were the differentials there?
So REG definitely upped their ante in terms of rebounds. They had a high 53 versus Patriots 39. They also did way more rebounds, actually 2 times more at 21, with Patriots only doing 9. Second chance points as well. That went REG's way. They led with a 17-point difference, taking 20 while Patriots only had 3. Their bench really made a difference, having 42 points coming from there while Patriots only had 4. Patriots did lead in terms of fast break points, but this is a lower number than game 1, but they had 19 versus Reg's 13. Paint was also Reg's dominance, 36, while Patriots has 24, and they had the same number of turnovers at 18.
Yeah, we had a lot of similarities and then major key differences between game 1 and game 2. REG, and I think that's something that they need to watch out for going into this game 3. They seem to start very cold, right? In game 1, they started too cold. They had the first basket and didn't lead again in that game for the rest of the game, went 9-1 down early on. I still am wondering if at least today Coach Obo will have Camdo Frank in his starting 5 for this game. He has been a key contributor. When you talk about those bench points, the 42 bench points that REG had, Camdo averaging about 11 points in this series, but it's the boards where he has been really, really dominant for them, creating a lot of second chance points for them. And that has been Patriots' Achilles heel. You know, they're a very small team. They live in the transition. And when the transition is cut off, then they struggle to score points. The man in image right now, Elliot Cole, former Patriots, played for them last season. 15 points, 4 assists, 3 steals. But Elliot Cole is one of those players that would be very frustrating if you're the ref. I mean, if you're his coach. And why does he seem to be a very frustrating player if you're his coach? The team can only play to the beat of his drum, but he tends to switch off and get loose when he needs to lock in. He knows the right things to do, and he can seem to be off mark with his team. Another player that you see there is Shizirungu Patrick, who is a very good 3-point shooter, but he has started very cold in these games. I mean, the man in our imagery there, but those two players right there, Mohizi Prince and Enoch, came to the fore for Rwanda Energy Group.
Yeah, definitely. Prince Muhizi came game two very hot. He's definitely a player to watch in this game. He made 11 points, rebounded 7 times, and had an assist. And he made all 4 of his free throws. He definitely made a dent and put pressure on Patriots.
What we need to have going in this game, when you see someone like your captain Mohize Prince, who struggled in the first game of the series, coming alive in the second game of the series, when it mattered the most, the third and fourth quarter, he was clutch. His teammates trusted him with the ball to get fouled in those last moments, hitting all his free throws. He in the first 2 games, I would say in the first 6 quarters, to be fair, he was hesitating under the basket. He didn't see that ball go through the hoop, but finally, when he sees this ball go through the hoop, could that be the rebirth of Mohizi Prince, and could that be the big differential when it comes to this series?
Definitely, and I think that's true across the entire team. I think Cole mentioned it in the press conference where he said, they didn't want to go 2-0 down, and they came in with a hunger to fight. We just need them to start a little bit faster. They did a good job in game two of making sure that Patriots didn't get away too quickly in the beginning while they were still warming up, and then by the time that they were warm, they actually then just punished Patriots quite a bit. And again, talking about that bench, right? They have the ability to go deep into their bench, and their bench is making a difference. 42 points is not a small number.
No, not at all. Especially when you have like mid-range experts like Mohoza, when you have the likes of Camdo Frank coming off the bench. Those are major contributors for a team like Rwanda Energy Group. But now the MVP of I think the regular season, the man in that image, Jamaria Franklin, he seems to enjoy playing against Rwanda Energy Group.
I think he enjoys all games, right? And he's definitely what a fantastic player that he is. He didn't have he had a high scoring game. I mean, he scored higher than anyone else on both teams. But I think the problem is there's an over reliance on Demaria, and the team is not supporting him enough, especially after he seemed to have injured his ankle. That put Patriots in a very shaky spot. If he's not flowing, if he's not there to control along with Stubbs, then it seems like, where do they pass the ball to?
Yeah, and I think Demaria goes as far as Stubbs lets him to go, because he lives in the transition. He scores most of his points either through transition basketball. At times he goes to that mid-range jumper, but mostly on the free throw line, right? How many times does he get fouled? Shizirungu Patrick seemed to have figured him out when it came to those last 2 quarters of that game. Patrick tending to stop him from going right, pushing him to the left, and you see him stopping, trying to make a shake and bake, spinning through that. But the man in the picture there, Jeffrey Stubbs, he could be the reason as to why Patriots can't go 2-1 up in this series. Though if Obadiah Noel shows up, the real Obadiah Noel that we saw from 2 seasons ago, then Patriots could stand a chance.
No, absolutely. And Stubbs is, a phenomenal player. We could see, yes, Patriots might have lost, but again, they only lost by 3 points. Stubbs, Demaria were constant. They're reliable players, right? But they need the support. It is a long series, very short breaks in between. For Stubbs, I think on game 2, not all of his shots were landing, and he was definitely trying to take a lot more shots. But even then, he was still he had a great performance.
How many times do we expect Patriots to go to the small ball lineup, right? That small ball lineup that we think could be Obadiah Noel, Serge Quizera, Jeffrey Stubbs, Maria Franklin, and maybe Gaba Chinka. How many times? Because they've not tried that lineup at all in this game.
I think you should answer your own question. So, today's lineup for Patriots, we have Bruno Shama at number 0, number 2, Obadiah Noel, number 3, Demaria Franklin, our MVP, number 7, Ishimwe Emmanuel, number 10, Garbachenka, 11, Mohira Gaston.
Then you have Quizera Sarge, Stubbs, JT, Kamlindi Olivier, the captain, Shema, Irakoze, and then, of course, Goga. as well. The big man there at the center position. Quickly going into the random energy group lineup for today. Furaha Kado, Sangamba there, Enoch, of course, Sumizi is here, Umuhoza, the point guard, Kamdo, Frank, another former Patriot, Shizirungu Patrick. You also have the other Mohoza. Then you have Mohizi Prince, the captain, Sangwe, Kande, and Cole Elliott to round up the 12-man roster. No major changes between between both teams going into this game. The game kicks off in about 10 seconds.
Arnold, I have a question for you in these
Yeah.
last few seconds.
Yes, Kristen.
Why do you like reminding people that certain players are former Patriots players?
Because it creates some form of oomph when you're playing against your former team, right? And I'll tell you, when you talk to some of these players, many of these players of course, I'll say some of the players in Patriots who are in other teams, the one fixture they mark out is the fixture against their former club. They're like, that is the game that I want to play. If I'm to choose to play only one game in a season, that's the game they look forward to. So there's an added impetus as to why they want to show up. And man, I remember my days playing rugby, and you want to go up against your former school, you're like, that is a game that I really, really want to play well.
You have a point to prove.
Yeah, and I think that's what we were talking about, Christian. Obadia Noel coming into the starting lineup.
Yeah.
That is the X factor that I think Patriots will try to play out for, because they know they're not creating much offense outside Jeffrey Stubbs and Demaria Franklin. So Obadia Noel coming into the lineup, into the starting five. He has had a cold start to his Patriots career.
He has, but in the same way that we were very happy to see Muizi Prince kind of lock in and really contribute, we know Obadiah does have the potential to make a huge difference, but we need him to be less hesitant, more aggressive, and really just take up space and have an impact in terms of how the team is playing.
Coach Ogo, there's been a lot of criticism towards him throughout the season about his coaching. When you look at these lineups coming into the season, on paper, Ronda Energy Group, and rightfully so, Christian, Ronda Energy Group had the best lineup on paper among most teams. And when a team doesn't commit to its lineup, we've just had a tip there won by Ronda Energy Group. Enoch had a great start to his game, finds Furaha. Furaha spins in the paint, can't hit. Gaba collects his first rebound, and Jeffrey Stubbs, he's out to the races early on, finds Demaria Franklin in the right corner. Demaria can't hit. Elliot Cole finds Patrick. Major difference coming into the starting five there for Ronda Energy Group. It's a fast-paced game, and Elliot Cole quickly gets his first steal of the game. The ball going out there. We are going to have a Patriots inbounds. 9:26 on the clock. Still a tight score. Demaria Franklin coming off the left, struggles on that side of the court, finding Elliot Cole. Elliot Cole with the ball guarded by Jeffrey Stubbs. Elliot Cole finds Patrick. Patrick on the left wing. Patrick playing late into the late clock. Patrick set play. Patrick finds Elliot Cole. Elliot Cole for three, can't hit. Fast offensive rebound for REG. Enoch puts it up. The only thing just the way he knows how to do it. Jeffrey Stubbs out to the races. Again, Jeffrey Stubbs 4-2 transition basket. Kamlin Olivier has come out early on. Coach Sunny asking for a foul, but ref not budging. Elliot Cole finds Patrick. Patrick finds Gamin on the two. Gamin in the paint, working off the jumper or hook shots. 2 early points for Gamin. 8:27 on the clock. Demaria Franklin finds his point guard. Jeffrey Stubbs. Slow game. Transition defense set early for Ronda Energy Group. They switch. Demaria Franklin going to the right. Demaria Franklin finds Obadia Noel for three. Can't hit. Rebound collected by Garment. Both teams allowing each other to get into their set defense. Elliot Cole through the paint. Quick two around Gamacheka. Rwanda Energy Group take the lead for the first time in this game. 4-2, 2-point difference. Jeffrey Stubbs. Oh, tries to go in a pick and roll. Elliot Cole. Oh, of him. Turnover. Now, we talked about him limiting his turnovers.
Yeah, relax.
When it comes to game one and game two of this game, of the Patriots versus Rwanda Energy Group game. In game two, he limited his number of turnovers. We had an equal percentage in turnovers for both teams. There, not much big difference, but the difference being that Elliot Cole in particular limited his turnovers, and then Jeffrey Stubbs amped his turnovers. On the other hand, Garmin coming into that peak of the dribble, Demaria Franklin against Enoch, Beck, shake, jumper, hits, mid-range on the right, money all day for Demaria Franklin. All square, Elliot Cole brings it up the court, guarded by Jeffrey Stubbs. Jeffrey Stubbs behind the back, just at the logo area. Jeffrey Stubbs, he is finding it easy to go to the basket. There, Patriots not having much protection in the paint. You expect much more work defensively there from Gabachenka and Kamlindi Olivier, and you feel like that's why Olivier has been brought into the starting five.
Absolutely, and I mean, Reg really dominated them in terms of the rebound. And it's important that Patriots doesn't allow them to get away from them again.
Obadia Noel to Kamlindi Olivier for three. He can't hit. Elliot Cole with the rebound. Elliot Cole pushes the pace. Garmin back to Elliot Cole for three. Enoch in the corner. He shot those well. It came two. He hits. And it's an on-court foul as well. 3 points the difference. Enoch, he doesn't hesitate when you give him that space. It seems like he has been given the instructions that, you know what, shoot that thing all day, every day when they give you the space. And Patriots are like, we'll live and die by Enoch's shots.
I mean, it's really interesting. One of the criticisms that we had for Reg in game one was that their defense was not going back fast enough, and that's what was allowing the Patriots to have so many fast break points. But it seems like they figured out their pace and are actually making sure that they're there when Patriots gets the ball again.
Turnover, Elliot Cole. That's his second turnover for the game. And we still have 6:20 to play in the first quarter. Jeffrey Stubbs conducting business at the top of the key. Finds Obadia Noel. Obadia Noel goes into the set. Garba being guarded by Garmin. That's a big man battle, 10 on 10. Garba under the basket and one. There, it counts. It counts for Patriots Basketball Club. 6-7, 1 point difference there for Patriots Basketball Club. Gaba shooting one. Gaba can't hit. Garmin with the rebound. Brings it up the floor. Goes straight into Gaba's chest. Can't hit the jumper. Who will get it? This is going to be a fascinating matchup between these two big men. Obadia Noel tries to. That was like looking for a needle in a haystack. He tried to pencil that through, but couldn't find the running man. You can see the clear game plan of these two teams. Patriots wants to play quick in transition before Rwanda Energy Group can set their defense. Gaba can't hit. Furaha Kado, he was loose without rebound. Garmin. Elliot Cole, all free. Elliot Cole for three. Downtown. He hits. Rwanda Energy Group, 2 for 2 from downtown. 4 point difference. That's a defense. Jeffrey Stubbs conducting early on. Jeffrey Stubbs finds Obadia Noel. Yeah, he can't hit Furaha Kado with the rebound. Patrick brings it up the floor. Guarded by Demaria Franklin. Spins through that. Attacks the paint. It looks for Garmin. Garmin finds Elliot Cole. Elliot Cole, no hesitation. Can't hit. Rebound. Controlled by Olivier. Olivier tries to get a fast break point, but can't find his man. Ball out. Rwanda Energy Group ball. There seems to be a touch by Rwanda Energy Group. Coach Sani encouraging his troops early on. 4:57. No coach has yet called a timeout. One team foul apiece. No substitutes, and you can quickly tell that these two teams are not going deep into their rotation today. You have to play all these minutes if you're the star man. Jeffrey Stubbs taking his first shot of the day. He hits. 2-point difference. Elliot Cole. Got it by Jeffrey Stubbs. Again, Runner Energy Group slow. Elliot Cole in between the legs. Finds Enoch. Enoch beats the defense. Rebound, Gaba. He has his hands on his hips early on. You can tell that the players are feeling the physicality that is out there. Jeffrey Stubbs, no hesitation, walks into that three. Enoch gets the rebound. Elliot Cole. Elliot Cole playing off the screen by Garmin. Ooh, beats one, beats two. Tries to speak some English, can't hit. Jeffrey Stubbs, 3-on-2. Runner Energy Group pushing the pace. Jeffrey Stubbs finds Obadia all by himself in the corner. And he can't buy a basket early on. Obadia Noel. Garmin finds Enoch. Still, he didn't see his man coming. Demario Franklin, he lives in the transition. Foul, Furaha.
This is a very tense game, Arnold. Both of these teams have come out really hard. They're making sure they're not giving away anything early. The pressure is high. The physicality is also high, as you mentioned. And yeah, you can definitely feel the tension coming off of both of them. They have a lot at stake today.
Demario Franklin, he lives on that free throw line. He has 2 points so far in the mid-range. Oh, the refs called it for a strip, but you have your first substitute happening there. Mohoza, Kado Frank almost lost it to Jeffrey Stubbs. Jeffrey Stubbs finds Patrick. Patrick behind the back, beats 1-2. Pins! Grabber, not in my house, not today, not right about now. Demario Franklin collects. Demario off the screen, in between. Stubbs and Garmin is like, what Grabber can do, I can do on this end as well. With his first blocker piece there. 3:16 to play, 2 points the difference. It's Patriots Basketball Club taking on Rwanda Energy Group. Gaba, top of the key, finds Jeffrey Stubbs. Jeffrey Stubbs. He Stubbs. Gaba, mid-range, can't hit. Still not finding that jumper. Mohoza, one of the better defensive point guards in the league, finds Garmin. Garmin finds Patrick. Patrick to Garmin. Garmin. He didn't take many shots in the basket. Can't find that layup. Look, both teams are struggling to convert their chances. Low scoring half. 80, 2:41 on the clock. Foul on Enoch. Heavy checks it for the first time in this game. He gave Patriots a scoring option in the last game, but he sat off the bench in this one. Don't know if the plan is for the coach to have more impetus there. David Mubata, I see you. A key fan, always at the games and watching the Rwanda Basketball League. Hardly misses any. Mohoza hits one, finds Gaba at the free throw line. Gaba for two, still can't hit in the mid-range. Enoch never hesitates. I would love to have an attitude like Enoch. Every time I get it, shoot that rock. Demario Franklin finds Harvey in the corner, takes his time, can't hit. Ooh. Mohoza past Harvey. In and out. Enoch, told you he never hesitates. In and out. Jeffrey Stubbs. Is he pushing the pace? No, really. Jeffrey Stubbs up against Sangwa. Ooh. And one. Count it. All square, and Stubbs with an opportunity to add an extra. 1:37 to play. Patriots 10, Rwanda Energy Group 10. Patriots with a chance to go 1 out. Jeffrey Sampson can see there, in and out, beats 2 and lays it in. Sang the coat with his hand in the booking jar. And don't give Stabs an opportunity to sell a foul. He will, and the refs will buy. Stabs shooting 1. Money. Mohoza brings it up the court, up against Saj Kwizera. Saj Kwizera taking it for the first time in this game with 127 on the clock. Jeffrey Stabs looking to Saj Kwizera. That is not a good foul to give away. Like, I have set my feet. Watch me. Trust that I'm there. And in such a moment, critical time in the game, trust your man. Kamdo Frank, one of the big differences off the bench, checks in for the first time in this game. 125 on the clock, 14 to shoot for Rwanda Energy Group. Inbound. Mohoza trying to find his captain. Prince also checks in for the first time. Foul on Bruno Shema. Those 2 additional scoring threats for Rwanda Energy Group now coming off the bench. Kamdo had 10 in that game. His captain, Mohize Prince, who had 11 points as well. Frank finds Prince. Oh, great defense by Ngabo. Ngabo is like, no, not over my head, my guy. Jeffrey Stabs doesn't hesitate. Air ball. Bobo, Sangwe puts himself in a tough position. Mohize finds the Mohoza. 3-on-3, Mohize finds his captain. Prince, in and out. Kamdo Frank. Wow. Look, the score is in Patriots' favor, but the flow of this game is in Rwanda Energy Group's favor.
Absolutely.
They are playing at their pace.
I think it's been really interesting to see how REG is controlling Patriots by not allowing them to score quickly. And the problem is that Patriots works better when the pace is fast, right?
Yeah.
So if they are delayed and if they're going into the shot clock, they're generally then missing the points because of that pressure. So REG, once they have their defense in place, Patriots are struggling to convert.
And the thing with Rwanda Energy Group, they seem any player on the court seems to have the license to hit and to shoot when the transition defense is set. While for Patriots, you have like 2-3 players at any particular time who have the license to shoot. And you say maybe right now you have Mario Franklin and Obadia Noel who have the license to shoot. Maybe Saj Kwizera, but we've seen him struggle off the jumper. Kamdo Frank, next one, all square, 59 to play. Rwanda Energy Group, game 3 of the Rwanda Basketball League. All square by both teams. That double defense coming in from Rwanda Energy Group. And they have that free man, Hervey. He was hitting those, but he can't seem to buy a basket in this game. Still cold, Sangwe. Takes his time. Turnover. Mario Franklin with the ball handling duty. Mario Franklin, we know he's going great, but he still can't buy a basketball when he goes left. Mohoza, double team comes out. Sagamba just checked in. Shot clock is off for Mohoza for 3. Money! 14-11. Rwanda Energy Group, 3-point difference.
Whoa. Almost a shot.
Almost doesn't count, eh? Q Brandy.
What an intense first quarter. These teams really came out. I mean, I think REG decided that what worked for them in game 2, they were going to replicate in game 3. They're making sure their big men are putting pressure on the thing. They're not allowing Garba to get those rebounds. Gogat has been doing well for the few minutes that he's been in, but they're going to need more, right? You have so many people in the paint, and that's really where REG has an advantage. So unless Patriots can figure that out and get the rebounds and the second chance points and really stop REG when they have the possession, because unlike Patriots that needs the pace, REG does better when the game is slow.
Look, Christian, one thing for sure is that Patriots struggle to create. Patriots struggle to create second chance points, right? Run the energy group. I think that was the great counter from Coach Sunny. He was like, I'm starting Kamlin Olivier here, so that because I don't want to be beaten on the boards. Starting Obadiah Noel, who is another 6'4" player, to give them more size in the paint. Definitely, that has reduced the number of second chance points for Run the energy group early on, but the pace of play now declines. So something has to give, because when you don't have Hervé there, you're not running as fast. I don't think Noel Obadiah has still recovered and trusts himself fully from that injury that we saw him get a few years ago. Because he hardly runs and he's hardly getting off the bounce. Something is still not right with him. Maybe not physically, definitely mentally.
I mean, I completely agree. You know, when we saw him play a couple of years ago, he was so explosive. Like, you'd really feel his energy on the court. And that's been missing, especially in the last few games. And I think Patriots really needs him to step up and just lock in to be able to take off some of that pressure. Because at the end of the day, fun fact is, REG is not shooting that well, but they are rebounding, they're scoring in their paint, they're getting a lot of second chance points. And again, that bench is bringing in a lot of extra power.
Second quarter, Runner Energy Group versus Patriots. Arnold and Christine on the ones and twos. Okapi Sport Network is where you're watching us from. Follow us across all Okapi Sports Network. And hey, Christine, there's a podcast that happens after the game, so hopefully we'll be there.
We look forward to it.
Jeffrey Stubbs inbounding, 9:54 to play. 3 points the difference right about now between Rwanda Energy Group and Patriots Basketball Club. This is definitely going to go down to the wires, and it may go down to who has the fresher legs. Jeffrey Stubbs can't hit. Omohoza brings it up the court. There's been an equal sharing of minutes between Omohoza and Elliot Cole for Rwanda Energy Group, which gives them more depth at that point. Sangwe finds Omohoza. Omohoza hesitates with a three. Gives it to Mohize Prince. Mohize Prince needs to put it up right now.
What a shot.
What a shot. He is not hesitating since that third quarter of the last game. Mohize Prince, the captain there. Difference, 6 points. Jeffrey Stubbs. He can hit, asking for the foul. It's a 4-on-3. Sagamba finds Mohoza. He hesitates. Defense set. No, really. Run the Energy Group, biggest lead of the game, 8 points. 11-19 is the score. 8:53 to play in this second quarter. And Obadiah Noel now comes into ball handling duties. Noel between the legs, up against Omohoza. Shrugs him off, finds Jeffrey Stubbs to Noel. All alone in no man's land. Money! Patriots Basketball Club, first 3-pointer of the day, cutting into that deficit. 5 points the difference, and Patriots retains the ball for an on-court foul. But again, you see that facial reaction from Noel. He can't. Something is not right with him, right? And we saw that switch in defense that happened for Rwanda Energy Group.
Very interesting. Both Garba and Kamando have just gotten a foul. And REG, I don't know. In quarter one, they were pretty good and disciplined, and they didn't get into foul trouble, with Patriots only getting into foul trouble in the last minute or so. But so far, REG's already on 2 team fouls, and Patriots have 1.
Maria Franklin. What? Mohizi up against the Maria Franklin. Takes him on the 1 and 2s. Can he ask for a foul? Ref is not budging. Obadiah Noel collects. Good defense from the Maria Franklin right there. As a coach, you would be proud of that. Noel finds Javier under the basket. Spins. 1-2. Oh, trouble. Ref calls it a foul. Bailed out there. 5 points the difference. 8:05 to play in this second quarter. Harvey going to the free throw line for the first time in this game. He missed only 2 free throws in the last game. That's impressive. He was a surprising option for Patriots Basketball Club. scoring option, especially in transition. And there comes the commentator's cast. He misses his first one.
Let's not talk about his free throws anymore. But speaking of Hervé, like this season has been really, really interesting for him, and it's been fun to watch him kind of blossom under Coach Sunny's guidance.
And that I think is what happens when players are given freedom, change of environment, the right tutelage. He is one, honestly, to look out for. Contenders for most improved player of the season. If you compare him from last season, ball off the knee of Obadiah Noel. 5-4. Difference is 5 points. 7:44. 14 to shoot. Sagamba, third choice point guard there for Rwanda Energy Group. But if one is to say they have an A1 and A2, then he is, a good B to have. Sagamba guarded by Hervé. Finds Sangwe finds Camdo Frank at the elbow, hits.
That is really playing to their strengths. And that ball movement, they're not losing the ball very easily. And Patriots seem to be getting more and more frustrated, especially as this gap is growing.
Noel. Finds stops in the corner for Hervé. He changes corners but still can't hit. Sagamba has a free pass, and look, that is a beauty of ball control. Look at the body control by Sagamba. Timeout there by Coach Sunny. He doesn't like what he sees from his team. That leads back to 9 points difference, the biggest points differential that we've had in this game so far. 7:06 on the shot clock, 23-14. The difference between Rwanda Energy Group and Patriots Basketball Club. When you clearly look at the scoring from Rwanda Energy Group, they are sharing the scoring.
They are, and I think they're really showing that they have quite an experienced roster, and they're very calm under pressure. Just like they said, they came into game 2 knowing that they wanted to fight, and they've continued having that fighting spirit in game 3. Patriots, though, seems to be in a bit of trouble because even between game 1 and game 2, their efficiency dropped, right? So it's not that REG is scoring better, although now you can see that they're utilizing their possessions better and they're converting better. While on the other hand, Patriots, even when they go all the way to the basket, it's not always converting, and that's hurting them.
I was talking to Camdo Frank after game 2, asking him what was the biggest difference. He's like, you know what? This time our biggest difference was we had the opportunities in game 1. We were not able to convert, but they caught us on the break quite early. We were not setting our transition defense. We figured that out in game 2, but it's even going to get tighter in game 3. And that is the beauty or the disadvantages, on the other hand, of playing the same team over and over again, because they figure you out, they make adjustments, and you need to counter with your own adjustment, right? Right now, Coach Sunny has countered with giving more minutes to Noel, with starting Kamlindi Olivier in this game, but that counter patch doesn't seem to be working for him because Rwanda Energy Group are playing at their own pace. Demario Franklin is back on the court, finds Gaba finds Noel. Back to Franklin up against Sangwe. Take that quick first step by Demario Franklin. He asked for the foul. Not given, but Gaba cleans up those boards. 7 points the difference. 6:40 to play. 23-16 between Rwanda Energy Group and the Patriots Basketball Club.
So I'm wondering why Demaria is on the floor, not on the floor, right? And I'm wondering if Coach Sunny is deciding that, let him sit out and rest in this first half and then come and be potent in the second half. But I hope the gap won't be too big.
Demaria.
He is actually there. Sorry, my bad.
What a pass by Elliot Cole to Muhizi Prince. And Prince is not hesitating. You can see the top of the heads from the bench there by Rwanda Energy Group. Lead back to 9 points. Again, the biggest difference in this game. Jeffrey Stamps. He finds Muhire, who checks in for the first time. First time in this game. Elliot Cole back in the game. Elliot Cole being guarded by Shema Shem. Elliot Cole finds Camdo Frank. Kick ball. Turnover. Third turnover so far in this game, and Coach Ogo is not going to be happy with Elliot Cole. We have seen that happen. Every time he's not happy with him, he will pull him throughout this series. Shema checks in. Jeffrey Stubbs, he's asking for that screen at the top of the key. Jeffrey Stubbs going into that pick and roll with Garba. Garba finds Shema, Jeffrey Stubbs up to Obadia Noel. Obadia Noel on the wing, tries to shoot three. He can't hit. He's 1 for 4 from 3 in this game. Elliot Cole finds Sagamba, Sagamba. Back to Elliot Cole. Elliot Cole guarded by Shema off the screen of Camdo Frank. They're giving him too much space on that right wing. And he's like, you know what? Cash money. I will take that to the bank. Elliot Cole with another 3-pointer. He's 2 for 2. No, he's 2 for 3 from the 3-point line. That's 75% shooting from the 3-point line. Elliot Cole with a needle pass there finds his captain Muhizi. He's not hesitating, and he is too big head down there. Muhizi Prince saying too little and too late at times for Patriots Basketball Club. Patriots Basketball Club is in big trouble right about now. 14 points is the difference. That is 16. Jeffrey Stubbs hesitates, finds Garba. They go into that 2-man play. Garba scoring more in the paint. 18-13. 12 points the difference. Muhizi Prince finds Camdo. Camdo can't hit, asks for the foul. Not given. Garba. Transition basketball right now, and that's where Jeffrey Stubbs lives. He finds Obadia Noel in the corner, hesitates. Heavy for 2. No, can't find it. But he will go to the free throw line right about now to shoot 2 points.
You know, Arnold, the reason that I thought that Demario wasn't on the court is the ball's not going to him. I actually haven't seen him making plays. And even if you look at the scoreboard, that's the other reason. He's currently sitting at 2 points.
Christy, that's what I told you. Run the energy group in those 2 quarters of the last game figured out how to mark Demaria. They figured how to get him out of that game, and they're doing that. And we're seeing a change in strategy for Patriots because Jeffrey Stubbs now is taking more shots, so which forces him to be, he needs to be more efficient, right? But he is not a shot-fast player. He's a pass-fast player. So even when he goes up, he's hesitating. Patriots need Noel to come to the party.
I was going to say that, absolutely. And I agree, right? I don't think he's necessarily wanting to take the shots, but he's passing to Noel and Noel is not converting. And at the end of the day, they need those points.
And this is mental. This is where it's coming to bite, and the lack of experience of Patriots Basketball Club. This current roster at this level, right? Many of these players playing in the playoffs for the first time at this level. It's a different ball game from the regular season.
Yeah, it takes a lot for a team to make sure they come back from a loss. I mean, at the end of the day, REG figured out how to counter and learn from their mistakes in game 1. Patriots now need to figure out what worked in game 1. How do they replicate that in game 3, while also, stopping REG from capitalizing on what they did so well in game 2.
11 points the difference. Sangwe off the 3-point line, fakes, hesitates, can't hit. Off the drip. Oh, Elliot Cole. Steal. Money! Wow. Money. Cash money. And you can see the fans are not happy with it. But the ref missed there the kickball. Demario Franklin. He can't hit and he can't buy a basket. And this is where your players, your best players, your MVP, his body language needs to be better. He needs to tell. We saw him struggle with that at the end of game 2, that he had to be ejected from the game when his team needed him the most. Body language, what do you do when your team is down? It's the first time that the Patriots Basketball Club have been down like this throughout this whole season, and the lack of experience starts to show.
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, when they met in the regular season, Patriots did beat REG both times quite comfortably, right? The first loss that they experienced against this team was in the last game.
Yep.
And you're seeing that, Cole, the entire REG team, they're gaining confidence, right? They are sticking, they're not hesitating, as you're saying. But on the flip side, Patriots is hesitating. Their shots are not landing. They're not communicating. The flow seems to be disrupted a bit. They need to reset really quickly. Otherwise, REG is just going to continue.
Look at that movement there. So, right? They win. They go in a transition. Obadia Noel is the first player ahead, and he hesitates and moves to the 3-point line instead of going and closing out and blocking right there. What a pick there by Jeffrey Stubbs. Oh, good defense from Jeffrey Stubbs right there. But coming back, let's go back to that play, Christian, right? Noel is hesitating. Look at his movement. He is not engaged with the rest of the team. As we see KD, as he's normally known, Ishimwe, checking in for the first time in this series and quickly converting a 3 there. That is Coach Sunny saying, let me go to my most experienced player on my roster. And that is Ishimwe, also known as KD, in jersey number 7. Foul. Now that is where he always has his hands in the cookie jar. 33-24, 9 points, the difference, 2:37 to play. It's game 3 of the Rwanda Energy, of the Rwanda Basketball League. Patriots versus Rwanda Energy Group.
Patriots are still in this game. They've got the lead down to 9 points, but REG are now in foul trouble. They've given away so many fouls in this quarter with 2 minutes still remaining to go. Can Patriots actually capitalize on this?
Elliot Cole, he is shooting the lights out. He has been growing into this series. Elliot Cole brings it up. Elliot Cole for 3 again. Bang! Money! Cash money from Elliot Cole again. Top of the keys. He's like, you're going to leave me this open? I'll show you what open is. I am not Noel. You don't leave me open right about now. 39-24, 15 points the difference between the two, and he is going on the free throw line for the first 4-point play of this series.
This is actually crazy. You realize Cole has now scored more in this first half than he did in the last game, like the entire last game, because he scored 15 in game 2.
And he was the leading scorer for Rwanda Energy Group. He was 17 points. And one thing Rwanda Energy Group have done well, he misses his free throw, is they have been spreading the scoring responsibilities. Elliot Cole, when he goes this hot, I pray for you. Patriots ball off the knee of Sangwe. .150 to play in this half. Sagamba gets the rebound, brings it up. He has been getting more minutes as we go by. Sagamba up against Goga, hesitates. Enoch, told you he doesn't hesitate. Money from downtown on the wing. Enoch again. 42-24 is the difference in this game. Patriots are in big trouble. Demaria Franklin, handle no tight. Sagamba growing the confidence. Demaria Franklin, he's going to that jumper. Can't hit. Elliot Cole finds Sagamba. Sagamba, 1 to Euro step. Finds Elliot Cole. Elliot Cole. Oh! It is trouble time for Patriots Basketball Club. Goaltend. And that is the wrong. That tells you where the team is mentally. That tells you where the team is mentally. And Coach Sunny needs to bring in his troops right about now. Christine,
Wow.
I want us to go back to Demaria Franklin at Azomco. We saw this happen several times when he was playing for Azomco. If things are not going his way, he loses his temperament. He loses the direction. And you don't need that from your best player at this time in the playoffs. He is supposed to lead. He's supposed to be commanding his troops and saying, hey, let's calm the Nuggets down and let's play some good basketball. Let's try, right? He is best going right. He is a mid-range expert. He has gone right 3 times in the mid-range. His last 3 shots have all failed to hit. That is mental. As Coach Sunny, what do you do in that moment?
I don't think it's good to keep him on the floor while he's in this temperament, because at the end of the day, it's like he's now going into other people's territories. Like the team is not trusting each other to be there. And that's the difference that you're seeing with REG, right? Even when it comes to their rebounding, it's not necessarily that the person who's going for the rebound is getting it, but they're directing it to their teammates. Whereas every time Garba is trying to get a rebound and trying to direct it, or Ngoga, it's being picked up by REG.
Yep. And Christine, when you mentioned that, because we are saying Goga getting more points, right? Clearly, Patriots have moved away from their game 1 plan of let's play small and let's run. the basketball. Patriots is the fittest team in the league. They need to play to their strengths, right? Which is run that basketball. They're not running that basketball and allowing Rwanda Energy Group to set their defense. And they're just growing more into confidence. 20 points the difference. 103 to play, 14 on the shot clock right about now. But Rwanda Energy Group are in foul trouble. So Patriots Basketball Club will shoot too.
But Arnold, talking about Patriots being the fittest club, one of the things that's very interesting is looking at whether a team can sustain their energy and their ability to, the momentum that they have all through the game, right? It's impressive to start with a strong Q1, and for Patriots, it worked well when they created that gap early and put less pressure on them, and they performed better. But now, they're struggling, right? You can't be going against a team that has a deep bench that will perform, and you're relying on a couple of people whose mentality is going to be affected when the team is down.
And true to that, Christian, you can't buy experience at this level, right? So maybe you go through, these are the growing pains of the lack of experience for a team like Patriots Basketball Club. 19 points the difference. Rwanda Energy Group in control right about now. Patrick gets that screen from Garmin. Finds Furaha. Furaha finds Garmin. Garmin doesn't hesitate. He's three! Money from downtown. Garmin, he is cash money once again. It is a shooting clinic right about now from the 3-point line from Rwanda Energy Group. 47-25. 22 points is the difference. Can Patriots come back in this game? Gabo blocked. Elliot Cole brings it up. 1 second the difference between the game and shot clocks. Elliot Cole, experienced point guard, taking his time up against Serge Kwizera. He's shaking, he's begging like, That is right call by the ref. Good defense by Serge Kwizera. Elliot Cole says no. He's asking for a review. His coach is not giving that review, but he has been coached by Coach Ogle. And he's telling him, move that ball faster. Get it up the court a little bit faster. Backcourt violation is the call. Serge Kwizera fighting Obadia Noel. Turnover, needless. Right about now, Garmin thinks about the logo 3. Enoch doesn't hesitate. Noel Obadia. Noel, can he find the man? Ooh. Almost, but you know what? The
Almost
great
doesn't count.
Yeah, the great singer Brandy tells us about that. Almost doesn't count. 47-25 is the halftime lead for Rwanda Energy Group. 22 points. Kristen, did you see this coming?
I'm going to be honest, I didn't. I thought that the game would definitely be closer, but Elia Call this game has really switched on. He's already made 19 points, has had 5 rebounds, 3 steals in 25 minutes.
Exactly, and that seems Patriots Basketball Club can't seem to find their transition groove. We saw as we went into the second half, the difference was 14-11, right? 3 points difference. But now we have seen that gap grow much bigger to now 22 points, meaning Patriots Basketball Club have been outscored by more than 15 points in that second quarter. So definitely Rwanda Energy Group are slowing this game down. They're doing something quite different in this second quarter. Coming back into the second half, what do you do different?
Man, Coach Sonny needs to talk to his team and let them know, the game plan is actually good. You just need to trust the process, because I think they're getting ahead of themselves and not resetting after each play, right?
Yep.
Don't think about the last mistake. Think about what you're going to do next. And, at the end of the day, even though you said Reg had a stronger roster, regular season, Patriots actually had a fantastic run, right? Before their loss to Reg in Game 2, they had been on a 11-0 winning streak. Whereas Reg, there's certain games that we kind of wondered what happened. So there's definitely a mindset aspect of knowing that after each play, reset, regroup, trust each other, be there, right? You're hustling for every single play. Never get comfortable.
Very, 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 very clear, right? And Christian, you are right. Rwanda Energy Group are trusting themselves as they go into as they go into the second half, right? Patriots Basketball Club, on the other hand, but you said they need to trust the game plan, but do they have a game plan to go to when the defense has been set?
I think they do. I just don't think they're actually following it. Like at the end of the day, Patriots is a smaller team than Reg is. They need to be playing to their strengths and not allowing Reg to get comfortable.
Move the
especially with
basketball a lot
defense.
faster, right?
Exactly, and not lose the balls when you're moving it.
Look, I really think Rwanda Energy Group have made the adjustments they need to make. They're playing at their pace, and this is the Rwanda Energy Group we expected in the regular season. They were not able to click, and one could argue that, you know what, maybe Haruna and Perry not being able to play has helped this team find their mojo.
No one's coming to save them.
No one is coming to save them.
I agree. I agree. And honestly, I'm a bit frustrated. I'm not gonna lie. I think, look, Coach Sunny has done a fantastic job. I'll keep on saying that. The regular season showed that Patriots actually can do a lot. But Reg, they're comfortable, their defense is strong. Actually, I'd argue they're more defensive, like they're the most defensive team right now in terms of the playoffs that are going on, right? But not only is their defense strong and they're putting pressure on Patriots to not get strong momentum in their offense, they're also being efficient with their shots.
Look, Christine, unfortunately, I don't want to disagree with you, but I'm going to.
Go ahead.
And that is, to be fair, when the season started, I expected Rwanda Energy Group to play like this. I didn't expect Patriots to play the way they have played, right? And no one did expect them to play the way they've played. But now that surprise momentum is no longer there. Teams know who they are. Teams can set and play them the way they want to play them. And then they don't have the experience at this level to be able to contend with a team like the Rwanda Energy Group.
I hate to admit it, but I agree. And I think it's a comment that you made actually when we were about to start game 2, where you said, Patriots didn't have to get into the second gear. But now, Rwanda Energy Group is in second gear. They're going hard, and Patriots is struggling to keep up with that pace. I don't think it's that they didn't have a surprise effect, because, in both times that they met, Patriots won.
Yep.
Reg could have won the second game, even if we say, okay, the first one was too early in the season.
Yep.
But I think this meeting each other every few days, you're not meeting anyone else. There's no, the pressure of the team that you've just...
It's one game plan.
Exactly.
You know who you are planning for. And that's where the experience factor comes into play, right? Because if Elliot Cole, all he's preparing for is Patriots, he knows how to prepare for them, which is different from the surprise element, right? You look at a play like that from Demaria Franklin, that is inexperience, that is selfish, that is not teammate basketball.
I think that is frustration, but I wasn't actually focusing on Demaria. I was focusing on that pass between Sagamba and Cole.
Yep.
See how they find each other, right? So when they need to, they're switching it up and they're continuing to find each other and be very in control of their possession.
Arnold and Christine, we're taking a quick break. You are watching us on Okapi Sports Network, Rwanda Energy Group Basketball Club, taking on Patriots Basketball Club. It's 47-25. Follow us across all social media networks at Okapi Sports Network. We'll be back in exactly 8 minutes.
again on Sunday. Let's do it.
Before the arena lights shine, before the crowds fill the stands, it begins with a dream. A kid who watches, a coach who believes, a player who inspires.
Adonai playing with Adonis double filer.
A practice becomes a passion, a player becomes an inspiration, and a fan begins to dream. Rides can wait, meetings can wait, because moments like these don't.
Woo!
Basketball isn't just played inside an arena. It lives on dusty courts, in crowded streets, in homes gathered around the screen. It's in every neighborhood, bringing strangers together, turning quiet moments into unforgettable ones. Every game, every story, every fan, across nations, only on Okapi. Before the arena lights shine, before the crowds fill the stands, it begins with a dream. A kid who watches, a coach who believes, a player who inspires.
Adonai playing with Adonis double filer.
A practice becomes a passion, a player becomes an inspiration, and a fan begins to dream. Rides can wait, meetings can wait, because moments like these don't.
Woo!
Basketball isn't just played inside an arena. It lives on dusty courts, in crowded streets, in homes gathered around the screen. It's in every neighborhood, bringing strangers together, turning quiet moments into unforgettable ones. Every game, every story, every fan, across nations, only on Okapi. Before
Welcome back to the second half of this Rwanda Basketball League game 3 semi-final between Rwanda Energy Group and Patriots Basketball Club. 22 points the difference, 47-25. There, Elliot Cole, the starman for Rwanda Energy Group, the former Patriot, with 19 points in that first half as well. Patriots won the tip, but Rwanda Energy Group were the first to score. And we're about to kick off the third quarter. Inbound. Patrick finds Elliot Cole. Elliot Cole back to Patrick. Patrick, top of the key, finds Garmin. Garmin with 2 points. Garmin back to Elliot Cole. Elliot Cole, no hesitation for 3. That's just his second miss of the day. Maria Franklin pushes the pace. Franklin finds Jeffrey Stubbs. Jeffrey Stubbs turns the corner, goes around 2, in, count it. Christian, what kind of game should we expect from Patriots Basketball Club in the second half?
I think they're going to try to up the ante, make sure that they're giving the ball to their most confident players at the moment. I think they'll try to stop the defense of REG getting in place faster. But yeah, let's see what adjustments they've made and what conversation they had in the locker room during halftime.
Coach Sunny right there who was talking to the officials. You expect that Patriots Basketball Club would want to get more possessions in this second half because they need to crawl back from 22 points down. That lead now has been cut into 20 points. Elliot Cole asking for free throws there for Garmin. Garmin, one of the better shooting big men in the league, averaging about 75% from the free throw line. He is shooting one, makes the first one. Look, 20 points is a lot of points, but then 2 quarters is also a lot of time in basketball. So anything can happen. Garmin misses the first one, picks his own rebound, finds Elliot Cole at the top of the key. Elliot Cole between the legs, beats 2, can't beat the second one. That looks like a backcourt violation. Can't call. Jam ball there. No bad blood there between the Maria Franklin and Elliot Cole. The 2 star men. Jeffrey Stubbs loves that. He loves the hunger from Franklin. Exchange of words still going on between the 2 teams right about now. Patriots quickly going into that full court defense. They're double teaming Elliot Cole early on in this second half. Patriots ball. Gaba finds Franklin. Another off-ball incident happening already between these 2 teams.
It's a very interesting start to the second quarter, and I think it's good that Patriots has come out with so much energy. They need it. They need to build their momentum back. REG has started quite comfortably with that 21-point lead currently. Yeah, I mean, once Patriots start scoring and really sees that, what they have discussed is working, you can definitely expect REG to start becoming uncomfortable.
Jeffrey Stubbs finds Harvey in the corner. He can't buy a basket today. That's his bad miss. Elliot Cole pushes it ahead. Patrick finds Garmin. Furaha Kado. Ooh, easy money. Under the basket with that layup. Lead stretch to 23 points, the largest lead that we've had throughout this series. The Maria Franklin goes right, goes left, goes back right, and Patrick says, nah, I could use my foot right here. Shot clock reset to 18. Sorry, to 14. If you're not at PETIT STADE, then you're clearly watching us on Okapi Sports Network. It's Rwanda Energy Group vs Patriots Basketball Club. Gaba goes to Jeffrey Stubbs. He spins through that floater, air ball. Enoch pushes the pace. Elliot Cole ahead of everyone. Hesitates. Bang! Bruno Shema is like, no one in my house uses that 6'4" frame to make the stop.
I think that's fantastic energy from Bruno Shema, and they really need everyone to be playing at that. He hasn't gotten as many minutes within these playoffs. I mean, I think he got a little bit more during the regular season, but it's nice to see that, he's coming off the bench, very hot, has a point to prove, and maybe that could change that momentum in Patriots' favor, right? You put pressure on REG.
You need that kind of energy, especially when you're chasing down a lead as big as this. 23 points is the difference. Patrick. Yet to score. Patrick to Enoch. Enoch never hesitates. Finds Patrick. Oh, quick pass. Coming. Look at that ball movement coming in from Rwanda Energy Group. They're taking that time. Right about Furaha Kado. Look, this is experience at play. Furaha Kado took his shoe off just to slow down the clock because he knows the refs are going to call that, and it will allow his team to set their defense. That is experience at this level. Jeffrey Stubbs brings it up the floor, closely guarded by Enoch. Enoch finds the Maria Franklin, goes to that right jumper, can't hit, asks for the foul. Ref not giving. Elliot Cole pushes the pace. Garmin fakes one, hook shot, and the crowd goes wild. That lead now up to 25 points. Rwanda Energy Group 54, Patriots 27. We're in the third quarter, 7:20 on the clock. Arnold and Christian on the ones and twos. Gaba. Ref says no basket. Foul on the floor.
Arnold, you've been watching Patriots for a really long time. You know what REG, all the players that are on the court right now. What would you do? They have a really strong five that are currently on the floor. Patriots are definitely struggling a little bit to get that momentum going. If you were Coach Sonny, what would you do right now?
Look, I'm playing KD and Olivia Moore. I'm going through my experience on the bench because right now it is a motivation thing. It's not about who is the most skilled player that I should be having on the court. It's who shows me the hunger, who shows me the fight. And one thing you can never question about KD, about Olivier, is they will fight. They will live every sweat out. They will leave it all out on that court, and that's what you need. Players that are willing to fight. Because Elliot Cole is doing whatever he wants at this particular moment. Jeffrey Stubbs tries to push the pace, finds Obadia Noel. Obadia hesitates, takes a three. Money! Beautiful shot. His first three of the game. And again, look at how he's moving back right there. He doesn't seem so comfortable with his left foot. Patrick, got it by Elliot, got it by Noel. Patrick finds Garmin. Garmin getting into his groove in the mid-range. That Dak Nowitzki shot, one leg fade away, can't hit. Rebound, Sage Quizzer. Sage Quizzer finds Noel on the wing. Noel asks for that screen. Another three. Money! Oh. He has found his groove. Timeout, Coach Ogo.
And look, Obadiah is now the top scorer of Patriots with 9 points. REG are still leading, of course, with 54-33, and they have two players who are actually in double digits already. But Obadiah is beginning to warm up, and that might cause some trouble for REG.
He is finding his groove. 21 points is the difference. 54-33. We've been wondering and asking and praying. If you're a Patriots fan, when is Obadiah Noel, aka Mutawazi, coming to the party? Well, he is here right now.
Arnold, I would be a bit cautious on going down that route. I think that's what's put Patriots in this problem right now, right? Is that reliance on Stubbs and Demaria and their scoring power, right? Especially that dynamic duo aspect. If Obadiah is the one that has those hot hands, of course, REG is going to start defending him more. They're going to need to make sure they move the ball, and somebody else also starts becoming comfortable to shoot them.
But the funny thing about this, Kristen, is usually in the game plan, you have come and you're like, okay, I'm going to take away their scoring threat. And you feel like Obadiah Noel hasn't been a factor in the first two games of this series.
Yep.
So it becomes an issue of how do you adjust your defense to him right about now? And that's such a mental thing. And as a sportsman on the court, it takes a lot to adjust now to a new offensive threat. That new offensive threat right now is Noel. Patriots brought him in for a reason, and he is showing up for that reason. 54-33, 6:07 to play. Garmin finds Muhizi. Muhizi beats Obadiah off the dribble. Obadiah makes up for defense. Hesitation. Great defense from Obadiah. Oh, Gaba, not in my house. Gets the second block of the day, and you can clearly feel the energy and momentum is shifting right about now. Players like Bruno Shema are giving you that energy.
Exactly. You want that raw, real hunger to win, and that was great defense by Patriots.
Great defense by Patriots. Bruno Shema, he has gotten into his confidence groove. Bits one, bits two, strike prisoner, step back three. Misses everything. Elliot Cole conducting traffic. Doesn't need that screen. Elliot Cole got it by Sanj Prisera. Goes right, goes left. 2. Another block. It's a block party down there for Garba. He's like, what I'm not giving you offensively well. Let me do my job defensively right now. Quick inbound. Garmin finds Furaha. Furaha to his captain, Muhizi. Rwanda Energy Group are in trouble right about now. And you can see Muhizi starting to hesitate, right? Serge Prisera with the steal. Serge goes at Elliot Cole. 1-2. Gets into that Euro step. Lead cut down to 19 points. 54-35.
So those were his first 2 points, right? And that was actually something I was about to say to you. He's on the floor. We've seen him perform really well during the regular season, but we haven't really felt him, especially his 3x3 power. Like, we know he can shoot, but Serge has not been a player that has really made an impact on Patriots. Maybe he'll have a different game today.
Noel off. Patriots with a group. Again, what a steal there by Jeffrey Stubbs. This is trouble time for Rwanda Energy Group. They are in big trouble right about now.
You know, it's crazy. They're still leading by 19 points, right?
Yep.
But you can see that they're becoming frustrated. You can
Yep.
see in Muhizi's body language that he's really not happy with how the team is playing right now.
I think the first person who shouldn't be happy with is himself, because because he has gone back to hesitating, right? And yet, at his frame 6'6", 6'7", he should be driving that basket. Kamlindi Olivier checks back in. The change in point guard, Umuhoza. He tends to settle this team down when they are frustrated. Umuhoza, he drives.
I love the way that Umuhoza plays. He's fast, he's unpredictable. I mean, he's actually like a really, really great player. Even in the regular season, I actually wish that he would get more time and was considered more of a core player. I don't like the fact that he's always almost secondary, right? And yes, there's Elliot Cole and whatever, but I think, you know, they're not utilizing him enough.
I think he is a core player. And I feel he settles down the team down when we do. Remember that game 1, they were down by 15 points. He comes on and brings them back into the game to about a 4 points difference. Jeffrey Stubbs for 3, money. Wing 3. Patriots Basketball Club now on an 11-2 run to bring that down to 16 points. The difference. 34-38 there. Umuhoza at the top of the key. Finds Furaha Kado. Furaha finds Sangwe. Rwanda Energy Group in trouble. Furaha Kado. Taking on Gaba. Furaha. Step back jumper. Hesitate. 2. Money.
That's his shot.
That is his shot. Jeffrey Stubbs pushes the pace again. Jeffrey Stubbs 4-2. Patriots Basketball Club 15-4 run in the last 4 minutes. 56-40 is the difference. 16 points the difference. Umuhoza spins out of it. With a switch. Kamlindi Olivier on him. Serge Prisera picks him up. Cardo Frank. Muhizi Prince doesn't hesitate for 3. Can't hit. Ball is out. Rwanda Energy Group ball. Coach Sani doesn't seem to agree. Coming out and Cardo Frank on the court. 16 points the difference, 14 on the shot clock. 3:15 to play in this third quarter. What a game we're starting to have on our hands.
I told you, when they go into the halftime break, they just need to remember they are a good team. They can execute, even if they were lagging behind. Patriots.
Sangwe misses. Camdo Frank, he lives in that paint. If he's not making the basket, he's getting the foul. Camdo Frank shooting 2. I'm still very surprised by him not getting as many minutes throughout this series.
I feel like Reg has too many big men. Like, think about how many people you can have on it. Like, really,
You can only have 5 at anyone.
even when they were at Patriots, right? The combination was Commando and Furaha, right?
Yep.
They were the core paint people.
Yes.
But here, you have Garment, you have Furaha, you have Commando, you have Enoch, who's also aggressive, you have Nshizirungu. Yes, Nshizirungu, Patrick. So, like, yeah.
There's so many sports that can go around, but you feel like a rotation between Camdo Frank and Furaha. You feel like Frank could be getting more of Furaha's minutes, especially going by how Furaha had struggled offensively, though he has gotten into his groove. No basket call. Interesting. Raha arguing his case with the court, with the refs. And the refs are not budging.
Commandos not happy.
Not happy at all. 16 points the difference, 3-on-3 on the shot clock. Contest started with 23-point difference. That lead went to 25 at some point, but Patriots Basketball Club have called the way back. Stops to Enoch. They are leading at the 3-point line. Serge Kwizera, money in the corner. 13 points the difference. Now you are in trouble. If you're the Rwanda Energy Group. Well, here's the Prince. Goes down low, finds Frank. Frank collects. Patriots living off their defense. Prince, he steps in. Long two, can't hit. Serge Kwizera pushing that pace. Serge, 3-on-3. Finds Jeffrey Stubbs. Jeffrey Stubbs at the top of the key. Stubbs going for three. In and out. Rebound. Patriots collect. Camille Olivier. Can he find it? Money and one. Camille Olivier, captain, leading there fantastically. And you can count that all day, every day. He shoots at 8. He's going to shoot an extra, and Captain Muhizi Prince calls his troops to tell them, look guys, we need a committee right about now. 11 points the difference.
What a last few minutes, man. What a last few. Look, I told you, once Patriots starts getting that momentum, Reg is going to become uncomfortable. Reg needed that cushion. Now that gap is down to 11 points.
Olivier, he can't hit. 11 points the difference. Mohoza collects from far. Full court press coming in from Serge Kwizera. Interesting lineup that they have on the floor. They don't have their best player, frankly, on the floor, and they've been able to call back to this chair. Did you bring him back? Raha can't find. Ball playing hot potato right about there. Jeffrey Stubbs, and now that's what you call a point guard who's leading.
Look at all the smiles on Patriots. They're happy. They're happy with how it's going. They're feeling like they can make a comeback. You see even Coach Sunny is looking more relaxed. This is where Patriots wants to be. They're feeling more in control, and Reg, in contrast, are struggling.
Turnover, another one to Rwanda Energy Group. Momentum good. I think the Rwanda Energy Group coach can't wait for the end of this quarter to come early enough. 152 the difference. Elliot falls back on the court. 3 can't hit. Serge Kwizera. Elliot falls. That's traffic. Finds Raha Kado. Finds Sandro. Elliot falls. Guarded by Serge Kwizera. Elliot Cole beats 1, beats 2. Some English can't finish. Can't the front, can't also finish. Jeffrey Stubbs pushes the base. Money!
Stubbs can finish.
Let me tell you how it's good. 9 points to difference. Stubbs. He's asking for Julia 1 foul. 9 points to difference. 1 goal to play. 47. Time to run the energy group to win.
And that's you can see Cole telling his teammates to relax, calm down. They need to get their composure back because Patriots is thriving off of this energy and pace. Reg has lost their footing, at least for the last couple of minutes. Let's see if they're going to be able to make a comeback. And then comeback in the sense of like their control, right? They're still leading the game, but Patriots is closing in.
Top of the team. Big Elliot Cole, got it right through. Back out. Hands up. The attack. Wow. He's saying he wasn't a shooting person. Oh, guys, let's have some chill. He goes to the free throw line. Oh, and he is getting the free throw. Told you, when something's selling, they buy.
So Prince Muhizi has been subbed out.
Look, you don't make a mistake. He is a smart player. He knows how to play the refs, and that is part of the game. It's part of the skill.
But Stubbs is a reliable player. He's consistent. He shows up every time. He finds a way, right? And that's really important for a team that needs to build back that confidence. He's creating the shots, yes, but he's also trying to make the shots, even though he just missed his first one.
He hardly ever misses his free throws. Makes the second one. 8 points the difference. This lead was 25 at some point in this quarter. Patriots Basketball Club have clawed their way back into this game. 57 to shoot. Rwanda Energy Group, Game 3 of the Rwanda Basketball League semifinals.
Dear viewers, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? What a playoff series we're having.
Go to Okapi Sports Network, you'll get all the replays right there. Elliot Cole shoots the two, can't hit.
Do you notice how Patriots are taking up more rebounds this quarter?
First prisoner. They're the hungry team right about now, rightfully so. Jeffrey Stubbs for three. Can't find offensive rebound. Serge Prisoner, that extra bounce. Nowhere. He gives them the impetus that started this comeback run. And that's what we're talking about. Players like Olivier are going to give you everything right there. Jeffrey Stubbs in the mid-range. Floater, two. Lead down to 6 points. No difference between the shot clock and the game clock right about now. And we expect Elliot Cole to control for the last shot of the game. He spins out of 2, out of 3. Corner, Elliot Cole, money. Nope.
Not money. Not money. What a way to end this third quarter. Who thought?
What a comeback by the Patriots Basketball Club. 56-50.
You know what's very interesting, right?
Yep.
First quarter, second quarter, like that entire first half, you could see that Reg came in with a confidence of, we won the last game, we know what we can do to stop this team from beating us in this game, right?
Yep.
But something clicked in that halftime. Coach Sunny clearly instilled in them that, you can do this. You have dominated this team. And if you look at the roster, it hasn't really changed that much from the regular season. So there's nothing that should stop Patriots from winning again, right?
Yep.
The moment they start getting momentum, Reg is becoming uncomfortable. Patriots are becoming more aggressive, and it's paying off.
Could you argue it's the hoops
So
analogy?
it's a
hoops,
side?
yeah, it's a side. It's a hoops analogy because look, right now, Reg look like they can't seem to buy a basket.
I think they're uncomfortable, right? In the same way that Muhizi, when he's locked in and he feels very confident and he's not hesitating, his shots land. And then in the last quarter, we've seen him hesitate and his shots are not landing anymore.
We are going to the fourth quarter. It's Patriots Basketball Club vs. Reg. That is coming about in 30 seconds from now. Elliot Cole leading all scorers with 19. But Jeffrey Stubbs, on the other hand, 17 points, 6 assists. He has 3 fouls. Look, no team is in foul trouble at this moment. So we expect all the players to leave it out there. But Christine, that fight for the ball towards the end of that third quarter, from a player, your captain, Olivier, throwing himself to the floor. What does that do for the rest of the team?
Everyone has to show up, right? You have to carry your weight. Everyone needs to show that they're locked in and they're very hungry for this. They have a point to prove. They lost the last game, but they know that they're a capable team. When everyone is at high energy, you can't help but also be at that high energy. And it grows. Like it keeps on increasing if you allow it. And of course, having those shots actually landing, having their plays working, finding each other, you'll see even in their rebounds. I was complaining earlier about how Patriots, when they would rebound, it would end up in Reg's hands. But now you're seeing that Reg is struggling to get their own rebounds and Patriots is stealing it back. So it's fantastic to see that the hunger is alive. But we'll see if Reg will recollect themselves. But I think this is going to be a game that goes down to the final minute as well.
Clearly, we expect this to go down to the final minute. It's a 2-ball possession game right now. The players are arguing about who gets this ball. We believe it's supposed to be a Patriots ball because Red started that quarter with the ball. So again, those small mistakes from our officials come to front. He finds Sangwe finds Praha finds Elliot Cole, top of the key, Elliot Cole quickly out of his hands. Misses everything there by Frank and Sam. Foul on Elliot Cole. Definitely had it set to smart foul to pick up right there, kill the momentum before they get it. When the energy group continue to live dangerously.
Very strange though. Yeah, I mean, in the first half they were setting up their transition defense really, really quickly. But now we saw that if Cole hadn't done that foul, Patriots was ahead of them.
Gaba. Up against Gamba. Scream. Gaba down. Up against Frank. Finds Olivier. He shoots that three. That is misses. Frank is asking for more pace. Looks like a backcourt violation. And you can see how disjointed the team is. Run the energy group right about now. Patriots ball. 6 points to difference. 9:21 to play. Olivier going to inbound. The block here with the backcourt violation. Catch that play. But that doesn't matter. Stops. Gets into his motion. Ooh! Fakes one side, goes to the other. Turns around. Finds Serge Prisoner. Serge Prisoner for three. Can't hit. Sangwe with the rebound. Elliot Cole collects. Cole. Through Gambit. Splits two. Fed away. Can't. Elliot Cole with the steal. Ref thinks it's a foul. Elliot Cole, that is his third foul of the game.
That was fantastic pressure by Patriots in not allowing Cole to get in, because if he started going again and Red would start feeling comfortable again, then they would have been off.
Interesting, Demario Franklin is coming back on the court. His team is 6 down. His coach talking to him, and we want to see if we have a changed player, both mentally and attitude. Maybe so, because his team is now only 6 down.
This is his lowest scoring game. He's currently sitting at 4 points. I think he has a lot to give. It's maybe, it was a smart decision to call him off and keep him a little bit to cool down.
Jeffrey stops. Can't find. Quick outlet pass by Elliot Cole. Sangwe makes the 2. Lead back to 8. 8:33 to play. Fourth quarter. Winner takes the lead in this 5-game series. Stops, conducts traffic. Finds Gaba top of the key. Finds Demaria. He's going into that right hand jumper. That is where he lives. Easy layup for him. 52-58. Sagamba finds Elliot Cole. That double tip comes early. Garmin lays it in. Can't seem to hit. Ooh. And one would feel that's unfortunate. Reset of the clock goes off the foot of Camille Olivier.
That was very unfortunate, but did you see how Garba was very clear not to foul Garmin? He allowed him to take the shot, right? And if you look at the current team fouls, REG have started very aggressively, and that's good. I mean, they want to disrupt Patriots' momentum, but they're already at 2 team fouls, and we still have 7 minutes and 48 seconds to go. If they're still feeling uncomfortable, they better not be sloppy and give more fouls, because I think Patriots will have a better chance then.
And Gamba is a smart player because he knows his team can't afford to be giving away those balls. Frank finds Sandro finds Mohoza. Corner 3. Can't hit. Backboard. Look. Don't know what's happening with that side of the court, because even in the first half, the players seem not to be able to hit. Chris was saying, don't know what's happening to that side of the court. Because even in the first half, the players didn't seem to be able to hit their threes on that side of the court.
So you really think it's a basket issue? It's not the team's problem.
Gaba goes for layup. chance him to control his body. Come to Frank. Frank finds Garmin. Garmin finds Sagamba. Sagamba with all the time in the world. Can't hit. Franklin saves it. Finds Serge Quizera. Serge Quizera finds Stab. Stab got a backcourt violation. Yes. Rwanda Energy Group ball. 6 points the difference. Just over 6 minutes to play in this third game between these two arch rivals. Mohoza between the legs finds Frank. Gaba, he is moving his feet. Yes, foul. Franklin fell. Sorry, come to Frank. He saw Gaba commit and he attacked that basket. He's shooting two, going for his second pair of free throws. He misses the first two. 58-52, the difference. 6:51 on the shot clock. Sorry, 6:51 on the clock to play.
6:51 on a shot clock would kind of be crazy.
I think I need some Cheetah. Misses the first one, makes the second one. Career 65% free throw shooter. Come to front, sets struggle from the line. Jeffrey Stubb, got it by Oklahoma. Stubb goes left, beats two, Stubb. Finds Serge Quizera all by himself. Money in the corner. Serge Quizera, best game he has had throughout this series. I see the points have been credited to Stubb, but it was Serge Quizera with those points. Frank up against Gaba, well guarded by Frank. Frank quickly moves, he's trying to run. Frank saves it to Mohoza. Mohoza controls the pace. 4 points the difference. Finds Frank, resets. 16 seconds to play, 6 minutes, just 5:58 on the shot clock. Mohoza got it well, got it by Mario Franklin. Serge Quizera, he has brought life to this Patriots team between the legs, got it by Sagamba. Serge Quizera finds Stubb playing at his own pace. Stubb, body control, up in the air, off the glass, and one, count it, Jeffrey Stubb. 57-59 with a chance to bring that difference to 1 point. And it's not looking good on the bench of the Rwanda Energy Group. Furaha shaking his head. And the Rwanda Energy Group are really in some hand. And let me tell you this, when you're a team and you bring 25 points up, and the team calls back and goes on to win this game, rarely you come back from that.
I mean, honestly, I would expect them to struggle as well, because I mean, the entire focus has been on Demario Franklin, who has had his lowest scoring game, and somehow Patriots have figured out other ways of moving the ball. Serge Quizera has really stepped up. I mean, we know he can play at this level. He can clearly locked in, and it's beautiful to see, right?
Quickly, sorry, beautiful lining up there. From Enoch to Garmin. Another scoring option for Rwanda Energy Group. The lead is back to 4 points. Demario Franklin up against Patrick. Patrick has been brought back in for that job specifically. Franklin goes into his first shot. 2, count it.
Yeah. Crazy thing.
MVP. 3 points the difference.
The impact that Kamando had in game 2.
Yeah.
He scored only 4 points in this game. He's the only player from REG who's currently in foul trouble. He only has 1 more foul against the
He has struggled with fouls throughout his career. And that's where the Mario Franklin leads at the 3-point line. 1 point the difference right about now. 60-61, 4:45 to play. Now can Rwanda Energy Group deep, because they are in big trouble. The double tip comes. Enoch never hesitates for 3. Off. Jeffrey Stubbs. Petrus with a chance to take the lead. Jeffrey Stubbs finds the barrier. Oh, they can't keep over the alley-oop. Gamini, it's a 4-on-2. Finds Frank. Frank! And again, Gabba got that so well. Set him like he was going for reach, and Tom the Frank can't seem to buy a basket. But right about now, the pressure, the palms are sweaty, his weak arms are heavy. Hey, where's the vomit on the sweaty? Oh, Enoch, the only thing he knows, attack. Foul, sideball.
Reg coaches look very, very concerned. And I would be too if my team was in foul trouble. The lead is only at 1. We still have 4 minutes on the clock. That was just Patriots' second team foul.
Ooh, Kristen, and you notice this early on, right? When the energy group are in foul trouble with 4 minutes to give. And what does that mean for Patriots Basketball Club gameplay? Attack. That paid. Because just a slight touch of hand, they will give it to you. But he's in Prince, he forces that. But what a play by Enoch. Prince once again can't hit from the mid-range. Foul.
Hook stuff is not actually in this.
Bailed, I do feel like they're bailed out there by the officials, but Jeffrey Stubbs doesn't seem to agree. Mohoza goes to the free throw line. Oh no, Patriots ball.
They paused the game because of I was on the ground.
Oh.
He looked like he was having an issue.
Oh, okay. Serge Prisoner brings it up. Got it by Enoch. Serge Prisoner between the legs. Behind the back. Gives it to Franklin. Franklin, you know he's going right. He's going for that right jumper. Ooh, in and out. But he got the shots he wanted, and that's what matters in this moment. Mohoza. Between the legs. Mohoza looks for that pick and roll, gives it to Enoch. Enoch, he doesn't hesitate. Enoch, look, why don't you use the glass? All by himself and can't seem to hit. But there's an on-court off-ball foul by the Maria Franklin on, and that's Patriots' third team foul. They still have 2 fouls to give. Timeout, Patriots Basketball Club. 60-61, 3:17 to go. We're in the 4th quarter of this Rwanda Basketball League semi-finals. Winner leads the series. You're breathing heavy, Christine. What's the pressure for?
This is just such an intense game, right? It started very high. Reg seemed like they were in control. They went into that half really looking very comfortable. Patriots has come back, really disoriented Reg. It's a 1-point game right now. I mean, Reg only won by 3 in the last game, so we know that this is going to go up until the last seconds. We only have 3 minutes to go in this quarter. They haven't really scored in the last few minutes. They're both keeping each other on their toes. They're not making it easy. They have to work hard.
Look, what do you do if the Rwanda Energy Group coach right about now? You're only 1 point ahead, 3:17. You have lost your offense. Elliot Cole is giving you 19 points. But he has only had 2 points in the second half, meaning Patriots Basketball Club have adjusted to how he plays. He had 17 within the first 2 quarters, right? So do you bring him back on in these last 3 minutes? Because you need to create some form of offense. But the creating of the offense hasn't been the issue for for Rwanda Energy Group. They haven't struggled to create the offense. They have struggled to hit their shots when they get the opportunities.
You're right. I was looking at the teams that are coming back, and when you were asking me if I was a coach, what would I do? I was gonna say I would bring back Lazy Prince, because at the end of the day, in these clutch moments, he's a good player to have on the floor.
Captain, my captain, his 4th row is free shots when he needed them. Patrick, 40 not in control. Another turnover by Rwanda Energy Group. Patriots with an opportunity to take the lead. And if they do take the lead, how does Rwanda Energy Group come back from this? 25 points down. That is the biggest comeback in the 3rd quarter by any team in the history of the playoffs of the Rwanda Basketball League.
That's crazy. I mean, you're talking about what would Reg do to come back, but I'm actually thinking about what would Patriots do to continue, right? Because if they do take a lead, what they want to do is actually create that gap and make sure that they keep Ronda Energy Group away. Right now, they're not safe yet. Yes, they've made a comeback, but they're still down one.
It will be devastating to run Energy Group to lose this game because where are they mentally? And you can see Elliot Cole making his way to the bench. They need some offensive power. Jeffrey Stubbs, that's. Ooh. He's going to the free throw line. He has struggled from there today, but he is the kind of player that will hit his shots when it matters and the most. He's shooting 60, 61, 248 on the clock.
The Red Fire seems to be trying to hype up their team. Drums are hitting louder. Let's see if they can
Jeffrey
motivate
Stubbs
Reg.
makes the first one. All square. I didn't think I was going to say that again when I said 25.2. Pittsburgh Petro takes the lead for the first time since the first quarter of this game. Since it was 14-11. Elliot Cole guarded by Franklin DeMaria. Elliot Cole fights Patrick. He has been very quiet this series. Garmin for three. Off by a mile. Garmin. Elliot Cole fights for the rebound. Can't find it. Foul. And you can see the energy on the benches. The difference between the two teams. It's so quiet on the Rwanda Energy Group side of things. And it has been quiet for a very long time. It's very important at this juncture for your bench to give you energy.
Coach Sonny seems to be wanting to contest the call, and I think that's the first time he's actually asking for a review of a call.
He's laughing. You can see he's definitely laughing.
I don't think they've actually entertained him.
Oh!
They're gone. Did they just give the foul?
They did give the foul, but remember, Rwanda Energy Group are the foul trouble. The Maria misses his first one. That is what he has missed in this series.
Something's telling him just one, and like move on to the next.
Patriots lead by 2 points, 63-61. Coach Ogo calls the timeout.
What a game. And surprisingly enough, that now puts Demaria in double digits. Patriots only has 2 people that have scored in double digits. We thought Reg was going to go away with it. We talked about the fact that they were spreading out their scoring.
I think there's a little bit of an issue there with the scoring because you feel like Serge Kuzera has hit 3 threes. We should be putting him at 9 points, right? Because he hit 2 corner threes to the right, 1 corner three to the left, and those points have gone to Jeffrey Stubbs. So there seems to be a need for correction on that part.
I'm sure the relevant teams will check and make sure that they attribute the right points to the right player. But nonetheless, it's been impressive. Serge Kuzera, Bruno Shema, even though they haven't had as many minutes in this playoff series, when they got introduced, especially in this game, they changed their energy. They brought in that raw hunger. That in many ways, that's what being young is, right?
Yep. And that is the difference in this game today, has been the bench. Because we thought it was all done and dusted, but it's never over until the fat lady sings.
You know what's crazy though?
What's crazy?
Reg's bench is a scoring bench, right? We talked about the fact that they were the differentiator game 2.
Yes.
Patriots bench in game 3 is the energy differentiator, even they're not necessarily the scoring differentiator.
Yes. Elliot Cole, you expect that double trip to be coming. Foul to Mario Franklin. That's Patriots' 4th team foul, and now they don't have any foul to give. But the most important part of the scoreline is 63-61, and that's where Patriots are leading. Look, Patrick has been very disappointing in this series, right? He has been so disappointing in this series. He can't even inbound the ball. He has failed to score a single basket. Not even an attempt, and you can clearly see that his confidence is not there. Stabs, when that Stabs up against Garmin, that's a mismatch for Stabs. He loves that matchup all day, every day. Fakes, shakes, finds the barrier. They can't seem to get a shot on.
I know. Do you mean that Patrick has been disappointing in the series or just this game? Because he was actually really good in the last game.
Offensively, he has been disappointing when you compare to how he has been playing throughout the season, right? Because he's not averaging anything to 5 points in this series. And you need him to score. Right now, he hasn't had any attempt on the basket. He can't even look at the hoop. Elliot Cole finds Furaha Kado. Furaha Kado. Streets, foul.
1 minute 34 on the clock, and now Patriots are equally in foul trouble.
Yeah, but now it's time for the big boys to step up. That's why he bought his free throws right about now.
I'm actually curious, actually. I mean, I feel like he's the type of player that when you give him more time, he also really settles in and performs better. But with this red rotation, he hasn't really been getting as much time.
It's the last one. Yeah. Kind of Furaha with his 5th point of this game. Shooting one to tie the match. You can see the senior Rwanda Energy Group officials there not very happy with their team. Furaha shoots the second one. All square. 1:34 to play on the clock. Patriots ball. And we have a game on our hands. What a game. Jeffrey Stubbs conducting traffic. Gets into that pick and roll. Got it by 3. Olivier fakes the 3. Serge Prisoner step back on the wing. Air ball. Gaba with the rebound. 5 on the shot clock. Gaba can't hit. Rahakado. Elliot Cole. Patriots with the opportunity right about now to take the lead. Elliot Cole conducting traffic. He goes into the post. Elliot Cole going for 3. Fake. In the corner finds Enoch. Enoch look like a foul. Ref not budges. Serge Prisoner beats 1, beats 2. Finds Demaria Franklin. Demaria Franklin hesitates. 2 basket. Patriots with the lead, and they ask for the foul. The ref is not budging. What a game we have on our hands. 45 seconds to play. Elliot Cole conducting traffic. Finds Garmin. Garmin guarded by Gaba. Gaba Chenka. It's a steal by Demaria Franklin. Garmin. Foul, and the ref gives it, and Gaba accepts the foul. Garmin shooting 2. He has been shooting 65% throughout this series, but he is one of the better shooting big men that we have. 2 points the difference, 34 seconds to play, and you feel like it's a 2-on-1 situation. That if Patriots get this ball and rebound, they have to run it early in the clock so that they have a chance at the last ball in this game. You want to have the basketball last as the team attempting last. Coming, the crowd gets into it, makes the first one. I can tell you, everyone, for majority, a big number of people are on their feet, including Christine and I. Gamin, second one, the shot, makes it. All square, 65 all, 34.2 on to play. 10 seconds the difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Stops. Hesitate. The leg. So here's the prince. What are you at? Why? And the question is, Gaba, what a play by Gaba right about now. Muhizi Prince hesitated.
Listen, Arnold, Patriots are showing a fighting spirit, man. They're not letting go of any possession. You see, even though Garba ended up fouling Garmin, he was fighting for that ball, and they've decided up until the last second, they're going to fight.
Gaba had no right to that ball, and Muhizi Prince. Oh, and you can clear offensive foul there by Gaba. The experience comes into play. This is a foul you don't make at this time of the game. 18 seconds right about now, and 0.8 is the difference in the shot clock. All square. In whose hands do you want to ball if you're the Rwanda Energy Group clock? I would want to William all time.
I think it's going to be a yellow whole time. He's going to give it to Luigi. He's going to run. He's going to get the ball back.
It's a full court press. Elliot Cole up against First Cheetah. Elliot Cole goes in and out. He's from the left wing. Elliot Cole. He spins out of the session. Elliot Cole. He's buying his time. Finds Frank. Can he hit? Yes, he hit. Cado Frank. 2 points. And it's a timeout to the Patriots Basketball Club. 67-65 to go, 2.9, and they have to advance this ball. Listen, where do you have, in whose ball do you put this? In which tier do you put the ball? Going in 2.9 seconds to play. Stop. I give it I'm with you. Stop has the body control. You're looking for 2 points because there's no need to look for 3 points right about now. Don't try to play hero ball. Don't try to win it as a hero. Go into a quick 3 point. Go into an easy 2, level the game, go out into. But will they have enough time to get a shot off? We saw this in the Tigers versus APR game. In game 2. They failed to get to inbound that ball.
Alternatively, force a foul. I mean, listen, 2.9 seconds is not enough to go all the way, regardless of how great a player is.
Yeah.
What are your options, right? Either you're under a lot of pressure. What if that 2 doesn't land? What if that 3 doesn't land, right?
Yep.
REG are also as tense. They want to make sure they win this game. Both are in foul trouble. Force the foul.
You know what I do if I am running Energy Group right about now? What? I foul slash Cheetah. He's not a very good 3 point, a free throw shooter. I foul him and send him to the line.
But that would require Sense to have the ball.
He doesn't have to. As soon as they inbound it and put it anywhere, I'm slapping him.
Violence.
And Rwanda Energy Group color committee right about now. Garmin is leading that committee. It's nervous out here. It's game 3 of the finals.
Arnold.
Yeah.
Garba's out.
It's an interesting call by his coach.
No, he has 5 personal fouls.
Ooh. Gabacheka has fouled out of this game.
And arguably like the most critical moment that the team would need him.
Yeah. It was a needless offensive foul. Look, he had done the hard part there. He had won the ball from the opposition's hands. They had gotten the turnover. They needed to just control the basketball and take the last shot. Yeah. There was no need for that push-up. And again, that is experience at this level. If you don't have the experience at this level, you don't know what to do. And you get nervous.
I mean, I don't know if it's about nervousness or just wanting it a bit too much and not being able to control yourself, because arguably those last 2 personal fouls that he had, very unnecessary. Yes, he went up for that ball against Garmin. He should have avoided Garmin and focused on that ball. And then again, also on Garmin, when he was inbounding, when he was receiving the ball,
yes,
he should have been more careful.
It's not even a matter of being careful, because clearly you're getting that inbound. There is no need to push off. That ball is not coming to you, right? Because it has not been coming to you throughout. There's no need for that offensive foul from the big man. But the reason as to why it happened is because of the lack of experience there.
What are the refs reviewing right now?
I'm wondering as much, Christy.
I'm very curious because I thought it was a timeout, not a review of some call. Didn't Patriots call the timeout?
I think Patriots asked for a review, but you know what? At this point, ask for anything.
2.9 seconds. Ask for everything.
2.9 seconds is a lot of time in basketball.
Interesting. Stop this inbounders.
Stop this inbounding and should be coming back to him quickly, because I think they're going to run it off the screen. Nice squeeze it out. Goes for it. Can he make it? Can hit. And Rwanda Energy Group live to die another day. 2 points the difference. 67-65. They just held on. And they take the lead 2-1 in this series. How does Patriots Basketball Club come back from this 67-65? And it's a somber stadium.
Listen, Arnold, Patriots might have just lost, but I think from a points perspective, it's still fascinating to see their comeback, right? They were down 20-something.
The difference was in that third quarter for them, 25-9, but now quickly moving on Christy, right? How do you come back as a team from this loss mentally, right? Because you came into this series and you were unsure of how you're going to play. Then you win game 1. Now you are favorites to win the series. You lose game 2. You go down the big lead in game 3. You call yourself back. But at the beginning of this game, we talked about legs and the importance of legs. We have seen 2 shots that have failed to touch the iron or just gotten close to the iron in the last minutes for Patriots from Stubbs and from Serge Quizera. Does that go down to that big lead that they had to use so much energy to get back into the game, and now their feet gave way? They were tired legs out there.
I completely agree. And I mean, it's good to see that Serge also was taking up a lot of that pressure. And that's a great change that they made in game 3 versus game 2 versus game 1. Honestly, personally, for Patriots, I wouldn't take this one too badly. Game 1, that one was the one where they seemed to really struggle. So, REG won 67-65. But again, I told you, their field goal percentage, not higher than Patriots. They're just more efficient when they have the possession. 3 points, that's where the big gap is. They have 40%, while the Patriots only had 21. Rebounds, again, it's a rebound game with REG, but Patriots did do better. Although they only got 45 and REG got
Christian, I think Rwanda Energy Group did everything in the second half to lose, right?
Yeah.
They did everything. 16 assists there, that's a typo. But Rwanda Energy Group did everything in this game to lose it and hand it to Patriots in that second half. And Patriots Basketball Club just couldn't win. It's tough times.
Listen, Arnold, this is a best-of-5 series. Yes, one team is currently leading 2-1,
Yep.
but there's still a game 4. Patriots can come back. They know they can come back, right? That was a tough gap to close, and they brought it down to 2 points. Yes, in the final minutes, they needed to lock in,
Yep.
and that fatigue really did kick in at the end. But I think that just shows them that they need to fix that quarter 1. If Patriots doesn't come out strong at the beginning of the game, they struggle, or they spend a lot to be able to come back later in the game, and then those final minutes become very critical. They need the cushion.
Christian, I'm going to make a very bold prediction right about now, right?
Okay.
I think Rwanda Energy Group need to close out this series in game 4. Because they lose game 4, they are not winning game 5.
I agree.
Right? And there are so many positives for Patriots Basketball Club in the last half of this game that they can take into game 4.
Yeah.
Right? So in a way, in spite of losing this, it's momentum, Patriots Basketball Club.
I agree, and I'll give you a couple of reasons why.
Yep.
Demaria didn't have a strong scoring game.
True.
That's your 3-point percentage that's really low. If Demaria locks in and actually hits those 3, REG is in trouble. REG is not shooting better necessarily than Patriots is. They're rebounding better.
Yep.
They're making sure they're a bit more consistent. That ball passing in first half
Yep.
versus second half, completely different.
Yep.
So I kind of agree. I think it's leaning towards game Patriots if they can just lock in.
Arnold and Christine, you're on Okapi Sports Network. A big one coming up next. It's the second semi-final. Tigers Basketball Club, RSSB Tigers, taking on APR Basketball Club, the APR Lions. What is going to be the difference in that game? Keep it Okapi Sports Network. Follow us across all your social media networks. We'll be back shortly.